Hey, welcome to Castles, Capes, and Clones Vlogcast, where we will be discussing the Disney issues of the day. In this episode, we're going to be talking about the Muppets Haunted Mansion. Whoops, sorry, everybody. I did a boo-boo. I thought I had turned off the volume, but apparently I did not. No, I did turn off the volume.
Womp womp.
That's weird. Is that
What?
is that me?
Is what you?
Huh?
Is what you? I don't hear
Because
anything.
mine is on silent. Okay.
I don't know.
Please hold. Okay. Should we start again? No, it's not. It is me?
We are live.
I know, but is that me playing the feedback? I can hear.
I don't know what you're playing.
Let me. Sorry, folks. Okay, let's try this again. Nope, I can still hear me. I know. Oh, there. Okay. Okay, here we go. Sorry, folks. It's never a party until you have technological difficulties. So for some reason, this thing started playing feedback. So anyway, I apologize for that. So now we will move forward, and we will start off by saying, again, hello. Welcome to the Castle, Capes, and Clones Vlogcast. This is where we discuss the Disney issues of the day. In this episode, we're going to be talking about the Muppets Haunted Mansion, Venom 2, Star Wars Celebration, and more. We are Castle, Capes, and Clones, where we discuss everything in the Disney universe. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, hit the bell for notifications, and do like this post, as it really does help us out. I'm Lauren, and I'm here with my cousin and co-pilot, Rich.
Hello.
How's it going?
Going okay. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. We've got somebody in the chat already. Kira is in the chat right now. Thank you for joining us. We always love having you here.
Hello.
How's it going?
Talking to me?
To either of you. To you or Kira.
I'm like, because you asked me already. But I'm
I
doing
did?
okay.
And you're doing okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm having one of these days. I've been up since 1:30 in the morning because I had to have dialysis at 4:15. Then I had physical therapy right after that, and then I had to have laser in my eye. So I'm a little bit off today.
I feel like, should we have done this tomorrow?
No, it was
be
fine.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm doing well.
Right.
We're in it. We're in it to win it.
All right.
Okay.
Besides,
All right. Well, good. I'm glad that you're doing okay, and everything is swell. So let's just jump into the news. In the Disney news, so the Muppets are coming back, Disney Plus, after their Muppets Now program. And this one is going to be called Muppets Haunted Mansion, which I'm sure is exciting for Tom, who is one of our regular guest hosts that we have on the show. It looks hilarious. The little bumper that they did, or little teaser trailer that they did.
with Gonzo and
Pepe the King Prawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool. Excited about this episode. Didn't know there was something new about Venom. Hope my physical therapy went well. Thank you. It did. It did. It's very helpful to me.
Right on.
All right. Yes. Very cool idea. I like it a lot.
Did it say whether it's like a just like a one-off special, or is this a movie, or is it?
I don't know. It just says that it's going to
Is it
hit Disney Plus this fall, so I'm not sure if it's a movie or some kind of documentary where they go through the haunted mansion or what. But I'm in for it.
well, yeah. I mean, I think we're both fans of the Muppets since we were kids, and
Hmm.
they keep trying to revive it and whatnot, and it
Yeah.
keeps being okay, but
Hmm.
maybe they do have this mix it in with Disney and something like this to bring it
Yeah.
to newer audiences where they don't know who the Muppets are really.
Right.
So I mean, yeah, that little teaser, I guess. Even
Yeah.
though all it is Gonzo and that shrimp. Like I enjoyed it.
It's so funny. I used to think that Pepe was really annoying, but for some reason I find him very funny these days.
I'm surprised
Uh,
it wasn't. It's either him or it's Rizzo. That's with the Gonzo most of the time, and
right.
I'm here for them both.
Yeah. I like I like Rizzo okay, but Pepe was one that I was like, ew, what a weird concept. But I don't know. I like him a lot
Did
these
you?
days.
I don't. I didn't notice before I've seen him, but he was literally wearing the rock outfit, the black
Oh, really?
turtleneck. That famous picture with Rock in the black turtleneck and the fanny pack and the gold
Yeah.
chain.
Oh my god, I didn't
Because
notice
he was
that.
wearing a black turtleneck and a gold chain. I'm like,
That is
is that his
funny.
normal look, or is he
No, no,
is he
that isn't.
is he literally trying to be the
The,
Rock
they
Johnson?
probably wanted to see who would catch up on catch that.
Oh,
So
I was looking. I didn't see a fanny pack, but it looked too much like.
that's when the Muppets is really good. Like when they can find something that you know is a little bit subversive and not altogether obvious.
Right.
That's really when they're really great.
Yeah.
And yes, Kira, the Muppets are still relevant.
I mean, like our niece kind of sometimes watches the newer version of the Muppet Babies, but
Hmm.
I honestly don't think the movies hit with younger audiences as it
No.
does with older ones who are more nostalgic for them. And I
Yeah.
think, like I said, I think hopefully bringing them into the Disney kind of atmosphere will hopefully bring them to light. Like if they see Gonzo and Kermit and stuff with like I don't know, like Mickey and something familiar, I think
Hmm.
hopefully that'll hook them, and we get a more Muppets. So
I hope so.
more
I definitely
Muppets.
hope so. Yeah, more Muppets for sure. All right, so there's been some news about uh, where the movies are going to be going these days. Jungle Cruise, which comes out July 30th, it's going to be coming out both in theaters and on Disney Plus Premier Access on the same date. So similar to what they're doing, I think with Cruella and with what they did with Raya and stuff like that. However, Free Guy and Marvel Shang-Chi, they are going to be in theaters exclusively for the first 45 days. And then it will be released on Disney Plus for Shang-Chi. We don't know if it's going to be Hulu or Disney Plus for Free Guy. I would imagine that they're going to put it on Disney Plus. I mean, it's a Ryan Reynolds comedy
Yeah,
about video games. Why
yeah,
wouldn't
because
you
it's
put
not
it on
rated
TV?
R. I doubt,
Yeah.
right? As long as it's rated PG-13, it should be fine on Disney Plus.
Hmm. Yeah,
Um,
because you can. I mean, they do swear on Disney Plus. So
there you go.
yeah,
Disney swears.
Disney swears. That's
Yeah,
the that's the next documentary series.
I'll do it. It's fine.
But yeah, I think that's interesting. It's interesting to see what they're doing with the movies these days, and like I think they're trying to figure out a hit um,
Right.
formula for them. And yeah, I think it's interesting though that they decided to put Shang-Chi and Free Guy. I guess because those are really, I don't know, Jungle Cruise also, I would imagine, would be one you'd want to watch on the big screen.
I think. Well, the thing with Shang-Chi, I don't know when Free Guy is coming out, but Shang-Chi is coming out in fall, so it gives a little bit more time
Right.
for vaccination and stuff. Where Jungle Cruise is still midsummer, and then we're still like the U.S. is at, I don't even know what percentage. I think we're not even like 30% yet. So
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think it's they're just calling it that by fall it should be a lot safer for people.
Right.
I mean, in California they just, or not California, but in the U.S. they just kind of declared that anyone who's vaccinated technically doesn't need to wear a mask
Hmm.
at all, which I think is still going to be weird for people.
Yeah.
Um, but as time goes on, especially once they're starting to vaccinate younger people,
Hmm.
and I think for me that's still a concern because obviously I hang out with a small
Yeah.
child.
A Boogie
Um,
Bear.
so when I wear a mask, it's more just in case, right?
Hmm.
Um, but as more information is you know
Comes
gathered
out.
and whatever, and the CDC starts to, making things a little more safe, declaring that all right, it's working, um, and things like that. That fall
Yeah.
seems like a good guess.
Yeah, date to like shoot for. Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
Whereas July might be a little still too soon. Like we're just one. I don't believe we're in the middle of May right now,
I know. It's
and
crazy.
so that's only like a month, 2 months away before I think Jungle Cruise comes out, and that might
Yeah.
still be. They just opened up to like again like teenagers, so hopefully a little bit longer we'll have more people vaccinated and we can go watch
The
movies.
movies. Yeah, for sure.
Because I will definitely want to watch Shang-Chi in the theater then. That's for sure.
Yeah, I definitely do too. Because it just looks so good. And
Yeah.
it's going to have a giant dragon in it. So,
Which I almost bought. I think
the
that
Funko Pop.
no, the
Oh.
actual toy, like the Marvel Legends version of
Oh,
them.
okay.
I think the problem, like, it's just so weird that all those toys are out and
Yeah.
it's still months away. But it's got to be because of the whole shift in
In
release
dates.
schedule. But the toys are already like set to be released because it's supposed to
Yeah.
be originally before this last move. It was supposed to come out in July, and we've already what's it called Black Widow should be coming out this month.
Yeah.
Then they've shifted everything, so it's. I hope it doesn't hurt. You know what I mean? Because like
Right.
some lot of these things are tied to a lot of merchandising and stuff, and I think it's. I mean, it's way too early for anything
Hmm.
Shang-Chi because no one knows who anyone is, right? But
Yeah.
I do have a bunch of the Legends figures. I need to unbox, but I want to do it like when the movie comes out and it's
Closer to it.
relevant, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm talking about characters most people probably won't know about.
Right.
Um, so, but now that I'm talking about it, I should have bought the dragon.
I know, right? I
Dang
know.
it! Me and my like,
Yeah,
it'll
exactly.
be here.
You can't regret.
Yes,
Let's see.
yes, Kira, it is May.
Kira says I legit looked at the calendar at the middle of May. Yep,
I
exactly.
still can't.
Middle of May.
All
So
right, it's crazy
anyway,
how time
yep,
is going.
totally. And I less than a month before I'm at Disneyland though. Woo-hoo. Avengers Campus. Can't wait.
Yep. I already saw some of the bloggers I follow. I don't know if it's they did a soft opening or anything, but this or they opened up the there's like usually the block that whatever wall
Yeah.
because one of them took a picture with like the sign for Avengers campus.
Oh, really? I wonder if
I
they like.
think, unless it's like a thumbnail and just photoshopped it, but I don't know.
It could be.
It was on their Instagram, so I have to see if their video actually says they were there. And like, I don't think it's open, but I think maybe like the facade, like that. What do you call it? The fence
facade
thing.
Yeah, that. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, the fence thing is gone.
I know that Ken Potrock was over there, the president of Disneyland Resort, and so maybe it was one of his images, and they just, decided to use it over at theirs. Who knows?
Maybe, but they normally don't. So that's why it was. You know what I mean? If it was something they normally do, like superimpose themselves into whatever, then maybe. But they don't normally.
Or maybe they're having a media day.
That is true. It's possible.
Yeah. Ah, man. Only I could be there.
All right.
One day.
I feel like we need to. I mean, like one of the things we wanted to do when things were better was do a little more videos from the parks, but I don't know how that's going to work now. Until there's some kind of
until we get annual passes.
Because I can't. It's expensive to keep going.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't know when the next time I'm going to be able to go. Right. So, although it's funny because I was just talking to my physical therapist, who was saying that she's trying to get her brother to go, and to look into getting a park hopper, because he got California Adventure. Well, apparently, a park hopper for one day now, when they're going in late June, $260
for one.
For 1 day, I paid $290 for 2 days.
Yeah, we paid $180 per ticket for a park hopper. On in the middle of June.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But I don't believe her.
Yeah, I don't know. I
don't think it was raised. I don't think they because they didn't plan on raising prices. I didn't see any hoopla about it. So
yeah, I didn't.
It must be for two. That sounds like it's for two.
It's got to be
or something
because it's too
or like a 2-day park hopper or something. Because like some people get tickets through like work. Like a lot of employers have like tickets at work or some kind of discount thingy. Yeah. But they don't have single day tickets. Because I tried to see if I can get one through work, and it's only offering like 2-day park hoppers and above, right? So, but it's still discounted, so it's not the full price. But you can't buy a 1-day ticket through those things. So maybe it's that.
Yeah.
Because I don't like because that means they increased the price by almost $100, and I don't think.
Right.
I think people would have gone crazy. Like the internet would have blown like. Our circles of like internet searching, I don't know, like vloggers we follow, news things that we follow. Even for this, we would have heard that price thing, and people have been up in arms, like myself, because I'd be like, that's more than how much they've raised like annual passes in the past.
Yeah.
Right. So.
She must have gotten it confused.
Yeah, people want to go.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, right? They want people to go, so they want to make it super expensive.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with no annual passes.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah. Right. All right. Well, there has been some news about Peter Pan, the new Peter Pan show. The Lost Boys have been cast. There are going to be Noah Matthews Matkowski is going to be Slightly, who I believe is the Fox. Sebastian Billingsley Rodriguez is Nibs, who I think is I can't remember. Skylar and Kelsey Yates as the twins, which are the raccoons. Florence Bensberg as Curly, who was Cubby in the original film, and that was the bear. Kaylin Eddy is Toodles, who is, I believe, the skunk. And there are also two new characters coming in: Birdie, played by Diana Soy, and Bellwether, played by Felix D'Souza. So I'm not sure who any of these people are in particular. I've heard Felix D'Souza before, but I just thought it was interesting that they have
The
they're
Lost
kind of
Boys.
following the names of the original characters.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll actually dress up like them.
Yeah,
I think
I
they
don't know.
should.
I think so too.
Yeah,
Why not?
exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, Tina Fey is going to be appearing in the upcoming Steve Martin and Martin Short and Selena Gomez series, Only Murders in the Building. I just wanted to bring that up there just to remind us that Selena Gomez is starring in the series with Martin Short
I mean, she is
and
the
Steve Martin.
third character in the series.
Yeah.
Do you know anything about it?
No.
So, it's about these three people that live in this, I think, the same building in, I'm guessing, New York.
Mm.
Um, and they're all obsessed with like those murder mystery like podcasts and stuff.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And
Like my
then
sister.
I guess the tagline is it, but then they found themselves in the middle of one. So,
Oh, how fun.
like one, I mean Steve Martin and Martin Short, come on. Uh, but
We're gonna watch it.
throw in Selena Gomez, comedy genius Selena Gomez.
Yeah.
But it sounds interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
It sounds like though it's like a bunch of shorts.
Hmm.
So I don't know what that means exactly. Like how short is short?
Yeah, I don't know either.
I
But
mean,
it
it
should be
sounds
fun.
like just the premise alone sounds interesting,
Yeah.
and then add in like I said, like Steve Martin and Selena Gomez, not Selena Gomez, Steve Martin and Martin Short. I think it'll be
Yeah.
a fun rocking time,
Hmm.
rollicking time, whatever.
Rollicking good time.
Right?
Okay, so Disney has begun an Emmy campaign for The Mandalorian, WandaVision, and The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So, The Mandalorian, they are doing a whole bunch of different Emmy pushes from series down to actors and guest appearances and things like that. Whereas with WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they are only going for series for some reason. I mean, I think that they're doing themselves a disservice by not trying to get at least Elizabeth Olsen into the actress category. I mean, she was amazing in the series, so I don't quite know why they. But WandaVision, I guess they're going for. I think it was like miniseries, and Falcon and the Winter Soldier, they're going for drama.
Yeah, like it
Yeah.
definitely. If anything, Elizabeth Olsen should be nominated for
Hmm.
best actress in a whatever, I guess miniseries something something whatever category or whatever category it fits into.
Yeah.
Um, because we were saying that during when the WandaVision was on that like she really shined in that series, having to play one all those different era versions of herself, um, but also the homage to those like those eras were like spot on,
Hmm.
right? And then combine that with being actually Wanda, I think she should definitely get a nod. If anything,
Yeah.
I would argue even Catherine Hahn should get like at least supporting also.
Yeah, I think she should get supporting. I think that
Yeah,
you know, I would even say Anthony Mackie for actor.
yeah.
I mean, because I mean, they're pretty much basically nominating everybody for the Mandalorian.
Yeah, it's weird. Like even
So
like it was like all the guest stars have been like they're pushing for that. I'm like, what about
yeah, I know. What
people
about
from like
WandaVision, Falcon, Winter Soldier?
right? Like
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a weird what they're pushing. Whereas
Yeah.
like the Mandalorian has all these people, they're like everybody that was ever in this show, and
Yeah.
then for the two shows where I think the acting is I think more superior to the Mandalorian, none of
Mm-hmm.
them are kind of there. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I love the Mandalorian, but I don't sit there and be like, man, this is a really awesome character performance by.
Right.
I
Yeah,
mean,
exactly.
Pedro has to act without showing his face, so there's a little bit of achievement there. So
Yeah.
I can see that. Um, but you know, unless they nominate Grogu, uh,
You know, exactly.
I feel like that's about it as far as acting
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Whereas everyone from like
So,
WandaVision and
hold on. Sorry. Your volume.
Huh?
Your volume. I'm on live.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
Sorry.
nice.
I did want to give a shout out to Karen and Andy from Disney Inside Andy. You did miss a little bit of the Muppet news. There's going to be a new Disney Plus show. We don't know if it's a show or if it's a movie or whatnot, but it is, what do you call it? It is going to be Muppet Haunted Mansion. So keep an eye out for that, and we'll definitely be talking about it when we get more information about the show.
Indeed.
All right. So the last piece of Disney news that we have is that Sarah Hyland, who is from fresh off the boat from Modern Family, is going to be joining ABC's Epic.
You totally
which
threw
is-
me off with that.
I know.
Fresh off the boat's a
fresh
series.
off the boat,
Because
yeah.
I'm like, wait, was she on that show?
No.
Where was she on that show?
So anyway, she is from Modern Family, and I love Sarah Hyland. I thought that she was one of the, she was one of those characters that was like less, more understated,
Yeah.
and not necessarily the biggest character, but I thought that she did. I always think that it is hard to play a stupid character, if that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah.
Because you really have to get people to buy into the fact that you're dumb, and so I think that definitely. I'm curious to see who she's going to be playing on this fairy tale series that they're bringing to ABC, but it sounds like it's shaping up and sounds good.
Yeah. I mean, like, I haven't seen a lot of Modern Family, but, one, it's a very big ensemble cast.
Mm-hmm.
But I think from all the episodes I've seen, they're all really good.
Yeah, for sure.
And yeah, you're right. Like, she plays, quote unquote, the dumb one. Especially compared to her sister, who's like the smart one.
The smart one.
It's kind of like how in the 80s, Christina Applegate as oh my god.
Oh yeah,
Bundy. What's her character's name on?
I forget the name of the character.
But her, like, she was the the dumb blonde one, and then like now everything she's in, she's like it's almost, unless you saw My Real Children, it'd be weird to be like, yeah, she used to play the stupid character on one of the stupid characters on My Real Children,
Right.
but did it so well.
Right. Exactly.
But yeah.
Oh, good. I'm glad that Andy has been enjoying the Muppet movies. We were talking about that, Karen. Like the younger generation, do they know as much about the Muppets as we did as kids?
Yeah.
And so I'm glad that you are spreading the Muppet love with Andy for sure.
Yeah, I'll include the link to the teaser
Yeah.
thing they did, or if you want to look it up. But it's just if you look up on like YouTube, like Muppets Haunted Mansion,
Haunted Mansion, yeah.
it's really I mean, it's not doesn't really reveal much, but it's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially you like Gonzo.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so now on to the Marvel news. Marvel Studios' Ms. Marvel has wrapped up production, which is again another production that is, I guess, going into editing and things like that.
Into post, as they call it.
Yeah, post, yes.
Yeah.
As people in the biz.
Yes. Which, like, it's funny because like pre-production and post-production are the longest. Like filming is not actually a long process. I mean, unless you're doing like Lord of the Rings and it takes like 3 years. But I mean, editing, effects, music, sound, all that kind of stuff. This is where the film, or in this case, the series, kind of finds its voice.
Yeah.
Really. So, I'm excited.
Me too.
Just from the little bits we've gotten, it looks fun, and it looks like a way in for younger kids. I hope to get into the MCU. Mm-hmm. I mean, not to say that they don't. I mean, you see little kids running around as Black Panther and stuff. So, obviously, it they like it. But as we've talked about a lot on this show, representation matters, and it includes kids. Seeing kids in the MCU as heroes, come on, that'd be awesome. It's kind of like why I've always been a big fan of the Teen Titans, since I was little.
Yeah.
And that's why. Especially, like, that's why Robin's one of my favorite characters, because he's a normal kid.
Yeah.
I mean, super athletic ability and whatever, but palling around with a multi-billionaire. But, he's a normal kid.
Definitely.
And, like, gets to hang out with Titans, Superman, Wonder Woman, all them.
Titans, for sure.
And again, like, it seems like all these shows, Marvel shows, have some kind of in for Young Avengers. So I am still hoping that is the Teen Titans show that I wish we got.
Yeah, I know, right? It's gonna happen.
Yeah, with kids.
It's gonna happen.
Like, she looks like a kid,
side.
right?
Right.
Whereas the Titans show looks like 30-year-olds. It looks like the Breakfast Club version of high school.
She looks like a kid, and she looks like a superhero, and that's all you ask for.
Yeah.
Just wanted to say, of course, we love Andy on this channel, Karen. So, again, another shout out to Andy. And yay, Jamie, thanks for joining us.
Hello.
We love Jamie as well. So thank you for joining us. Okay, so next up we have Venom, Let There Be Carnage. There was a trailer and a poster released. And what did you think of the trailer?
So as someone who has never seen the first movie.
Yeah, that's right.
Because the trailer for that first movie, I was really like, whatever. This trailer, like, if this was the trailer for that movie, if this was the first movie, I'd be way more interested. Because for whatever reason, this trailer intrigued me. Everything from just the symbiote, like, singing, let's call the whole thing off while cooking breakfast. Like,
yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this paints that movie in a very different light. And I'm just way more curious about it. So now I find myself going, like, I should watch Venom to see what the movie is.
You should watch it just to see what the movie is, because I enjoyed it. It's not, it's not going to be your favorite film, but I thought that it was fun for what it was. But I also thought that Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, which I just watched again, was fun. So maybe highlights cue. Yeah, but it looks good. I'm not a big Carnage fan, to tell you the truth, but I'm willing to give it a try.
I mean, like, obviously I know who Carnage, but I don't know his story at all. I have nothing about Carnage besides that he looks like the red version of Venom.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, I don't know. I mean, like, I want to watch at least the second one, so I'll probably watch, the first one first, and then when this comes out, I'll probably watch this as well.
Well, it'll be interesting once Sony does their deal with Disney Plus. I wonder if Venom will go on to Disney Plus. That would be kind of cool if it was.
I mean, like, would make sense with that whole deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Kevin Feige has said that Spider-Man is the only MCU character right now that can go over and be in these movies. So, I mean, there's still ties to. Obviously, they can't reference the MCU in these movies because that's a very tricky thing. But like, we know that Tom Holland's Spider-Man is somehow connected to this universe in some way because of Michael Keaton is in Morbius, right? And as I'm assuming as Vulture. So there's a connection there. It would just be cool to one day see Spider-Man then in this. If this is the definitive movie version of Venom now, and there's Carnage, and if they're going to go full forward with all of the Sinister Six,
yeah,
then do it. I mean, they have their own version of the Sinister Six. It doesn't have to be the same ones, but I feel like at some point it would be awesome for Sony and Marvel to just either solidify their partnership for these movies and just make money. You know what I mean? Yeah. Throw in some of the Spider-Man characters into the MCU. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah, definitely. For sure. Right. All right. Well, Shang-Chi and the Eternals may not be approved to be released in China. They said that there was 8 of 10 films we know are going to be in China, but for some reason they did not mention Shang-Chi and the Eternal. Now, I find that very interesting because of Shang-Chi, and I hope that this is not the case and that just something weird is happening. But
Shang-Chi, anyway, I mean, they could, having dealt with video games and China, they do have some things they don't have a free kind of market for movies. Everything has to be approved by the government.
Yeah.
The Eternals is very political because Chloe Zhao has spoken out against the Chinese government, and I think that's what happened, because when she won the Golden Globes, they were like, yay, and then she started being a little more politically active, and then when she won all the Oscars, nothing.
Yeah.
And I think that's the fallout from for the Eternals, because she's the director of the Eternals. Shang-Chi, I don't know. There's talk that it's probably because they haven't seen it, they don't know anything, but the character is problematic in the way it was depicted when it was created. Especially when we talked about his original father is what's it called?
Mandarin.
The original father in the comics.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Fu
I don't know
Manchu.
who's it.
Fu Manchu,
Oh yeah, Fu Manchu.
which
Yeah,
is, you know, pretty much a, a
big
terrible
stereotype.
big Asian stereotype, right? And I
Yeah,
think that might be part of why they don't want it, because they are worried that that's going to be how it's depicted. But
yeah,
I think I mean, it's still it's just because it's not on their list right now doesn't mean it'll never be on their list. Like they might
Mhm.
just need to see it. Like this seems like something they haven't seen, and they're only going by what they know of the character. Oh,
yeah. Shout out to Jamie's TikTok videos. Love them. Um. Anyway, all right. So Ethan Hawke has been spotted on the set of Marvel Studios as the Moon Knight. So we don't know who he's playing, but he's supposed to be the main antagonist. And sadly, I don't know enough about Moon Knight himself. Like I know who he is and all this stuff, but I
right.
don't know enough about his mythology to tell you who it could possibly be.
Yeah,
But Ethan Hawke, I'm telling you,
I like Ethan
making a
Hawke.
comeback. Yeah, I could too. Although he's not aging gracefully. Just
I
saying.
mean, he's aging.
He's aging. He's aging. Sorry, Ethan Hawke.
I don't know. Like from what I've seen him in lately, he's just like more of a character actor, so he can fit.
Mhm.
He doesn't have to be like the star, whatever.
Yeah.
But everything I've seen him in has been good. Like I liked him in. Especially I liked him in. Oh my god. Magnificent Seven.
In which one?
Magnificent Seven.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah, he
thought it
was
was
good
really
in
good in
that.
that movie. So
I like that movie, and I'm not
I've
into westerns.
I've been a fan since. Oh my god, what's that movie when he was a kid? Explorers. That was him, right?
Yeah, yeah, he was in Explorers, and
Yeah.
um,
That's not a Disney movie, right? No.
I don't think so. No,
Flight of the
I don't
Navigator
know.
was Disney.
Yeah, Flight of the Navigator.
Okay. Those came out around the same time, so I always get like I don't know what studio did what, but I loved the Explorers when I was a kid. So
Jamie, we're just talking about the news. We talk about the news every Thursday, but we try to see what you all are talking about and incorporate. So if anybody has any questions also for us, feel free to shoot that out there. But in the meantime, just continue chatting amongst yourselves at the same time. We just want to have kind of a fun place to for people to come to listen to the news and at the same time, just chat with each other.
build the community.
Yeah. So anyway, good for Ethan Hawke for uh, starring in this new Moon Knight series. I can't wait. Did you see the workout video
With
for
Oscar Isaac.
yeah, Oscar Isaac?
Yeah,
Boy, they really trained them.
he got some knife work in there.
Yeah.
It looks like he's definitely going for it. So
Mhm.
I am excited. Like I always
Definitely.
like the look of Moon Knight. Like it's like I'm kind of like you. Like I don't know a lot about him,
Hmm.
but I always thought he was a kind of cool character, looking character.
He looks amazing, and I'm
So
hoping that they'll have that costume.
I mean, again, like they made Mysterio work, they could make a work that work. Like I'm super excited to see what it is, like how they
Hmm.
transform that, because like I think what's hard to bring into live action is those hoods,
Hmm.
because in the comics you can shape them, right?
Yeah.
So it always can do what you want it to do. In real life, hoods are just kind of like, bleh. So you know, but if anyone can do it, Marvel can do it. You know.
Yeah. Jamie, we're going to be talking about The Mandalorian in just a few minutes, so we'll get to your question for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so Dave Bautista, I'm trying to monitor the chat and figure out what I'm doing at the same time. Dave Bautista, who plays Drax the Destroyer in Guardians of the Galaxy, said that the Volume 3 is going to be his last as that character. So we don't know what the fate of the character is going to be, but sadly, it sounds like his time is up with that character.
Yeah.
We will miss him. I wonder if that has anything to do with the whole kerfuffle with James Gunn. And
he kind of spoke a little bit about it. It's kind of like how the original Avengers feel sometimes. It's like they started them when they were younger.
Yeah.
And for him, it's also like he's getting older, and it's getting, I don't know if it's harder, but like I feel like he's like, not say done, but like wants to move on to other things, which is understandable. And like James Gunn has said, like even James Gunn has said this is his last one, right? Yeah. Because when he set out to do these movies, he had a story in mind, and that is pretty much Volume 1, 2, and 3. And so these movies can't go on forever. I guess I could, but like, it leaves room for new movies.
Right. It's just like with the old Avengers. A lot of them, have bowed out.
They've opened up so many avenues for other space stories besides the Guardians, right? Just the fact that we have Sword now. Kang the Conqueror is coming. The Fantastic Four
Night Karen.
Space. So I feel like they can pass on the cosmic world to other characters, And there's like a new, like, I think we talked about it, like Emilia Clarke joining Secret Invasion.
Yep.
Rumors that she's playing Abigail Brand. So if that's true, that again opens up the cosmic world. That's what Sword really is, right? It's the space version of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Right. And then, of course, we've got the Marvels.
Yeah.
So there's that going on. And who knows? I'm sure Nova is going to play a part, some part down the line.
Corps. I mean, we've seen the Nova Corps, so there's a lot of things they can do in the cosmic world. So they can pass on. I feel like it's a good time, and like I feel like all of them probably are like, we're good. We've told the story, and like, this is a complete story. Like James Gunn said, I have a story, and Volume 3 is going to finish that story. So there will be like an ending, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, like obviously the characters can go on, but I think like whatever arcs they had, it's going to be completed in Volume 3.
Yeah.
And even the Guardians of the Galaxy themselves have had a rotating roster. So even though this will be the last James Gunn version, and maybe for this specific crew, I mean, we can see other characters and introduce a new Guardians of the Galaxy. Maybe one of them or one or two will stick around. But I'm looking forward to seeing what the complete Guardians of the Galaxy, James Gunn Guardians of the Galaxy is going to bring. Right. So.
Yeah.
And plus, we have the holiday special, also.
Yes. Yes, we have that to look forward to as well, for sure. All right. Well, moving on, Marvel Studios is looking for a young lead for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. They're looking for somebody from 9 to 12, which, doesn't fit the profile for Cassie Lang, but I don't know who they would be.
Didn't they already cast
for.
Cassie?
Yeah.
So it's not Cassie.
Yeah, because although they could always cast somebody new, but
No, I mean, like, I think they cast somebody new for Cassie, didn't they?
oh, I don't
Already?
know actually. I'm not
Um,
sure.
so, well, I mean, like, unless they're going backwards in time, we already
Mhm.
have seen, like, she's not a 9-year-old kid anymore
Right.
in the universe. Like, at the end of Endgame, we saw them kind of hanging out, and she's already well into her teens.
Yeah.
So maybe since it's a new
New blood
character.
could be. Yeah. Well, we'll find out soon enough.
I'm trying to go through the roster of young Avengers, going like, is there someone else that can like see like super young?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I keep going back to the Runaways, but
Right.
you know,
Unless they do like, you know, Cassie Lang is stature and they have a stinger, who knows? Like maybe they cast two different roles, who knows?
who knows? Or maybe it's Kang the Conqueror's kid.
Yeah.
Who knows? Still.
Right. All right. Well, moving on to Lucasfilm news. So, Jamie, I'm going to go ahead and move this story up about the Mandalorian, but we're talking to Good Morning America about Mandalorian season 3. Dave Filoni, who's the one of the showrunners and one of the directors, said, "I think the Force will be strong with it. Let's just say that." So, if that gives you any hint as to what the next episode of Mandalorian could be about. We don't know exactly when, though, it's going to be, because they're going to be doing Book of Boba Fett first.
Yeah.
And what is it going to be? Maybe next year.
I think so. So if Book of Boba Fett comes out like the end of this year / beginning of next year. So it might not be until next fall that we see season 3.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're going to do a time jump at all, but I'd imagine, like, I can't imagine this show going forward without Grogu. Because he's such a big part of the marketing and how people fell in love with this series that they've got to bring him back in some way, shape, or form. And if he's going off of Luke Skywalker,
yeah,
then he might.
He's too popular for them to not.
I mean, just going to Disneyland, Galaxy's Edge, and all that. Like, he's everywhere. He's on everything, right?
Yeah, there's like a whole section
of just
Grogu stuff in the trading outpost.
Yeah. So I mean, he is like it's the Mandalorian and Grogu show. That's what it is. Like, he's got to come back, and I imagine that he's probably going to. I mean, I don't know how long of the gap it will be, but he's had to have been learning then. Like, it seems like from season 2 that Grogu was already in the Jedi Temple, learning stuff. So, and he's just somehow like blocked it, or like it's kind of like dormant in him.
Yeah.
And if Luke kind of awakens it, Grogu might be, way more powerful, or at least have more awareness of his abilities in the Force. I mean, that's what I'm hoping. That's what it means. Like, it's just a big Grogu comes back, and then there's going to be like he's got a little more oomph to him as far as his power set and whatever, and more awareness of who he is and his connection to the Force. The thing I'm worried about, and I don't think they're going to go with this, is that all of a sudden they keep adding Jedi to the mix.
Yeah, I trust Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau. I mean, they brought us 2 like really great seasons, and I think that we're going to see more Grogu for sure, but yeah. Jamie, you should definitely do a Mandalorian box swap. Let me know if you do, I'd love to participate.
What is that?
Yeah, it's a great series, isn't it? All right. So moving on, Star Wars Celebration. We've been all waiting for it. It was canceled this year, and was it this year or last year? I can't remember now.
Yeah, it was supposed to be summer
Summer of this year,
of 2020.
2020. Yeah,
Yeah.
I knew that it was.
And then it was going to be summer this. No. Then they said summer 2022. So they actually
Right.
moved
So now
it.
they're moving it up to May.
Yeah.
May 26th to the 29th. So hopefully, when we learn when they're going to be selling tickets, we'll let you guys know. It's going to be in Anaheim again.
Yeah.
So that's
going to be
fun.
I mean, it's going to be a big one. Like,
yeah.
This time ish next year, Book of Boba Fett would have been out. Obi-Wan is still in the mix. Andor is still in the mix. All the other shows that they've talked about, Rangers of the New Republic, Visions, Acolyte, and then whatever else they've got cooked up. The Ahsoka thing, Lando. They've got a lot, and hopefully we'll get a little bit more news from Rogue Squadron and whatever Rian Johnson is cooking up, like more news about the movie side of things.
For sure.
Because if Marvel can go and do both at the same time, I feel like at some point we're going to get series and movies from Star Wars.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, I mean they're going to be coming out. Marvel's going to be coming up with it left and right soon.
Yeah, the Marvel releases is going to be nuts going forward. Like so many movies and so many series coming out.
Yeah,
and we're going to be busy covering it all.
We are. Yeah, so Star Wars can definitely do it. So get it together.
Yeah, Star Wars.
Which leads us to our next story about Kevin Feige. So there had been this, not rumor, but whatever, people wanting Kevin Feige to take over for Kathleen Kennedy as the head of Lucasfilm, and of course nobody really took that seriously or anything like that. But I guess apparently Variety was interviewing him and I guess asked the question again, and he just said he has no ambition to leave Lucasfilm. Which, why would he? Why would he want to? I mean, he's got Marvel at his fingertips, and he's like the golden child of Marvel.
Yeah, I think.
Why say I'm just going to abandon that for Star Wars? I mean, yes, Star Wars is definitely a big fandom.
Yeah,
but
I mean, like, obviously he's involved in something at Lucas. They've talked about that as like producing role for something. I mean, like, the one thing I would take away from anything about Kevin Feige is his experience with running the MCU. And I think that's what Star Wars needs is somebody
they need a Kevin Feige.
Yeah, and I don't think he should take over, but they need someone to do the same thing that he does for the Star Wars universe, like someone with a central vision and a ability to tie everything together and and steer the ship, as it were. Yeah. Obviously all the creators in Marvel have their thing, but like he's still the tip of that iceberg, and he's the one who ultimately kind of steers that along. I don't think he's like the main creative. Like, he's not the main creative, but I feel like he knows the universe. He knows good storytelling, and he knows how to assemble a team to drive the universe. And I think that's really what Star Wars needs. It should have done from the get-go, but I think they're starting that now. I think they're on the right track. I think, they got the Skywalker saga out of their system. Love it, hate it, whatever. It's done. They can now move on with their own stories within this universe that, is vast and has a lot to offer, and
Yeah.
a lot of time periods they could go through. Like they don't have to just do original trilogy era, sequel trilogy era, prequel trilogy. They can go far in the future. They can go far in the past. You know,
Mhm.
all these stories took place a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. So even if they go into the future of like many years past Luke Skywalker, that can still
Mhm.
mean a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Yeah.
So, you know, the world's their oyster at this point. They just need someone to guide them. You know, Dave Filoni, I think, is a good resource. I don't think he's the one to do it.
Yeah.
Favreau is also kind of a good, like, um, a good kind of creator for Star Wars because he has a love, like a real reverence for Star Wars.
Yeah.
You know, that goes beyond just a normal fan. I think that's the problem with JJ and Lawrence Kasdan is that yeah, they were fans, but I don't think they really understood how deep the lore is, and they didn't consult anybody, which Favreau
Right.
had Filoni. Um, so
Thanks for coming by, Jamie.
yep,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, they just need, and that not to say that Kathleen Kennedy is defective in her role.
No, but she's not.
It's
She's not the same role as Kevin Feige. Like
right.
she's like executive, like well, president of Lucasfilm, so she kind of just runs the company. But she needs
Mhm.
a producing director,
Yeah,
basically, of the Star Wars universe.
because they have the story group, but the story group needs a leader
Or they need a leader. They need also some kind of power
to do it. Yeah,
to drive things where everything does fit in. All they're like so far, all they kind of done is like, well, that's not really how it works, but you're J.J. Abrams, right?
yeah,
So they really need to be like Dave Filoni. Like if anything, Dave Filoni I think should be some kind of head of the story group, like this, like because he knows he's the disciple of George Lucas.
hmm
He understands that universe in ways that most people do not, and it's because he understands things from George's point of view. You know,
yeah,
say what you will about George's like prequel series, like he had a vision, and he understands the universe. Um,
definitely.
and Filoni has taken that and really went with it, and really, really understands the universe, and has built upon it.
hmm
You know, like that's why we have the Mandalorian the way it is, and you know, as long as he's there to kind of drive and be not gatekeeper, but you know, a major consultant when it comes to how the universe works,
hmm
then that's a good thing. But they do definitely need someone to be the Kevin Feige,
Yeah.
like who can utilize all these resources, and tell cohesive stories within the Star Wars universe.
Okay. No worries, Jamie. Thank you again. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the last story that we have in this film is that Disney has made an official Leia and Rey Skywalker's lightsaber available at Doc Ondar's Den of Antiquities on both coasts of Galaxy's Edge. And I just heard that they are selling Leia's lightsaber individually now.
Yep. Which is a
Oh, so
conundrum for me.
tempting, so tempting.
Yeah. So, you know, they released for May the 4th. They released the Luke reforged Luke Anakin / Rey lightsaber,
Mm-hmm.
along with Leia's in a special limited edition set, wrapped in the same kind of cloth thing that Rey buries in Tatooine.
Yeah.
And you know, It's cool, but like a lot of people also already had the reforged Skywalker saber,
Yeah.
and it was only limited to 3,000 pieces, and it's kind of like,
Although that box was
oh, it's
amazing.
awesome. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you open it, it plays like the Leia version of the Force theme, and it's crazy. But
Yeah.
now you can just buy a Leia saber, which is awesome,
Mm-hmm.
and Rey's saber. I've seen like videos of it. My only complaint
Yes.
about the Rey's saber is that people have recreated that better
Yeah.
than theirs.
Like those little jagged edges. They should have made it so that you could twist it and it would come up by itself rather than
Yeah, because
you have to.
the switch for Rey's saber is there's like it's more like a dial on
Mm-hmm.
the top of the hilt that you kind of switch from left to right instead of up and down. There's like a
Yeah.
little button, there's a little switch that does it,
Mm-hmm.
and I've seen people recreate the fact that just below the emitter, there's a gap, and if you watch the movie, it goes from like blue to green, and then the yellow lightsaber pops out.
Yeah.
And people have been able to recreate that, and they did not. So I feel like, I mean, it's obviously well made, but it's more look than movie accurate functionality,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense. Um,
Yep.
so it's one of my things where like I definitely want to get Leia's saber. I'm just debating about Rey's saber because like it's what I wanted, but I've seen other people make it better,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
So
it does look really good though.
yeah, it's just it'll always bug me that it doesn't actually work like it does in the movie.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, like not talking about like it's a real lightsaber. Like the
Mm-hmm.
switch should be that dial thing, and you know, like even if they couldn't do that whole color change thing in the mirror, I feel like that's almost like something that's gonna annoy me that they didn't figure that out when other people have. If that makes
Mm-hmm.
sense. Like
Yeah.
even if they cost a little bit more, I would have been fine with it if they were able to create it the way it should work.
Yeah.
So, but then again, it's not like I take these down and start fighting with them everywhere I go. So it's gonna hang up on my wall, and it's like as long as it looks like Rey's saber,
Looks cool. Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
just like, all right. So that's what the conundrum is, right?
Right.
But I feel like I definitely want Leia's saber so I can hang it next to Luke's saber
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
behind me. I just got to figure out a way because I like the way it looks without the blade.
Yeah.
Because it has the same problem that Luke's saber from Return of the Jedi has. It has a really thin emitter, and the blade
Right.
won't work with it. So they have to take that emitter off and replace it with like a thicker emitter so that the blade fits. But then it looks weird.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So it looks like my Luke. Well, I'm trying to. It looks like this one, where
Yeah.
the tip should be that orange bronze part should be thinner.
Mm-hmm.
Because the blade sits in there and they can't, do anything.
Right.
So I don't know. Maybe I'll just make a thing for it to just be by itself.
Yeah. Speaking of Leia's lightsaber, that print that you showed me of her holding her lightsaber?
Wait, what? Which one?
The print that you showed me?
Yeah.
Yeah. They had them in the Mickey loot boxes. They had a limited release light side of the Force boxes.
Really?
Man, had I known, I would have gotten one. Yeah.
Man.
They were
That's a good print.
putting those in the boxes. Yeah.
Like how?
In the dark side, they had Kylo Ren. But yeah, it was a beautiful poster. So
Yes.
Yeah.
It's one of the things that I'm hoping to find. Well, I mean, I gotta look back where it came from, but I definitely want some kind of Leia artwork.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely will.
Right.
You can't have enough Leia artwork.
Yeah.
Or at least I can.
Right. But I feel like now, like lightsaber wise, all the ones I've wanted are available.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Qui-Gon's. I wish it was Qui-Gon's instead of Cal Kestis's that they're releasing. Because as much as I like that game, I don't like that version of the saber.
Yeah.
One, because in the game you can kind of create your own saber. Like you can get pieces and create a saber. And in the game, they actually included all the Galaxy Edge pieces. So technically, my video game character has this lightsaber.
Yeah.
So I already have a Cal Kestis lightsaber, kinda.
Right.
And his looks weird. Like his normal one looks broken and whatever. I'm like, Like, no, I take that back. I would actually like Ezra's first saber.
Oh yeah, the one that he made out of.
And actually, kind of would like what's his face? Kanan's lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll take it back. Those ones I'd take. Like, and maybe even an Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Forget what I said. There's still a lot of lightsabers.
You're like, let me just write a list.
Let's write a list that's longer than I thought. Like, but you know, and I'm sure we'll see more. Like whatever's happening in Obi-Wan, he's gonna have a lightsaber battle with somebody. Yeah, I was gonna say,
what if the rumors are true about them having Inquisitors in there? Yeah.
That'd be awesome if they made the Inquisitor lightsaber into a live action version with the little spinny thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because then I'd be like, yep. Because then it's gonna be an expensive lightsaber that they'll sell where it has a motor in it, so it spins, and there'll be lawsuits because kids will be spinning it. And
cutting off their arms and
or just hitting things.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yay.
All right. Well, we've come to the end of our program. If you enjoyed yourself, please consider subscribing to our channel, hitting the bell for notifications, and liking this post, as it really does help us out. You can always reach us on Twitter at CCC Disney Uni, on Instagram at Castle Capes and Clones. And then always visit our website at www.castlescapesandclones.com. You can reach me personally at Mojave on Twitter and Lauren Javier on Instagram. How about you, Rich?
You can reach me on both Twitter and Instagram at R2Romasanta.
And all of this is listed, will be listed below. So, anyway, the opinions expressed on today's vlogcast are solely our own and do not represent the Walt Disney Company, its subsidiaries, or assets. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you later. Bye.
Yep. Catch y'all on the flip side.